Alright, so before starting my speech and my performance, I am going to do a... Am I audible at the back? Alright, so before starting the speech and the performance, I'm going to do a quick warm-up. And since you guys have just had lunch and might be sleepy, so you're going to follow along with me, okay? So whatever I'll be doing, you'll be doing the same thing. Alright? People at the front, back, at the balcony, everyone. Now, go ahead. With your right hand, go like this. With your left hand, like this. Okay? Now, you don't have to do this. My ears are just go like this. Okay, now hands forward like this. Thumbs down. Now cross your hands like this. Lock your fingers. Perfect. Now, this might sound a bit confusing because your hands are locked like this, but listen to my instructions really carefully, okay? I want you to wiggle your left little finger like this. The other one, the left one, don't be confused, the left one. You're doing the right one, the left one. Yes, now, the right little finger like this. Now point your fingers outwards like this. Tap once and twice. Now, this is the most difficult part, okay? Without letting your hands go, everyone, very slowly, go like this. I told you it's the most difficult part. Now everyone go like this, like this, like this, like this, like... Alright, hello everyone, my name is Kunal Newar and I am an illusionist and a mentalist, or in the most common terms known as a magician. By qualification, I am a mechanical engineer. How many mechanical engineers here? Great. Okay, so turned professional magician. Now you must be thinking, what is a mechanical engineer doing performing magic? We'll come back to this point in some time, but first of all, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a situation where you plan on doing something or you try doing something but you fail? And you think that it is impossible. I can't do it. You just give up. We all have been in such kind of situations, right? But at the same time, you see another person doing the same thing successfully and efficiently. So now my question is, if it is impossible to do, how is the other person doing it? How do you achieve the impossible? Now, being in this profession, whose sole purpose is to perform impossible feats on the stage, things became a lot clearer. Now, there are a lot of ways by which you can achieve the impossible. We all come across a lot of people who have achieved impossible feats, who have done impossible feats, who have invented impossible inventions. Everyone has their own different technique, own different mantra. So right now on this stage, I'm going to share with you something that I personally believe in, something I like to follow. So, one of the ways by which you can achieve the impossible is by training your mind. Is the mic working? Okay. Is by training your mind. Now, your mind, it works in a very strange way. You can train it to see things in a different perspective. You can train it to see a problem in a different way. Now you all must be confused and must be wondering, how will I train my mind? Right? How will I train it to see a problem in a different way? How many of you go to the gym? How many of you? So what happens when you go to the gym? You work out, right? What do? You work out? You work out your muscles. What happens when you work out your muscles? It grows. Right? Now imagine your brain like a muscle. It behaves just like a muscle. The more you work it out, the more it grows. The more clearer things get. Now the solution to every problem is right here. All you have to do is take control of it and build it. Now we all say from time to time, I need my head clear to do this. I need my mind clear to do this. What does that even mean? It means taking control of your mind, taking control of what you think, taking control of what you see with your mind. Not saying it's an easy task, not saying that you can master it in one day. Neither can you become a bodybuilder just by working out for a day, right? You have to practice, 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 and just practice. Now, practice, by the way, is the most rewarding habit for someone who has seen the rewards that practice gives. Now, when I perform something for someone, yesterday I performed for a few groups over here. They asked me, how do you do it? Where did you learn it? So my answer is, I just practice it. Now, being in this art form, that is as a magician, when I learn an effect that you see on stage over here, I learn it at home. What we do is we start practicing it. Now, the first time we practice it, we fail. At least for me, that's the case. I fail the very first time, most of the times. I go for the second try. I fail. Third try, fail. Fourth, fifth, sixth. And this is the point where most people, they give up. That I can't do it, it's impossible. But if you carry on practicing that, even further that, on the 50th time, on the 100th time, or even the 1000th time, you will start seeing improvement. And once you see that improvement, once you start working on that improvement, you will see result. And trust me, when you see that result, that's the most wonderful thing. For me, at least, that's the most wonderful thing ever. Now, I had handed out an envelope to someone from the audience. Is that person right here? I'm going to try a small experiment with you. Is the person here? Great. A huge round of applause for him. And I want two more persons to help me out. Let me see. That lady over there. Ma'am, yes. Can you help me out? You can come in from this side. And another person, let me see. Who wants to join me on stage? Okay, come ahead. Perfect. A huge round of applause for them, please. Can you please come this side? Stand right over here. You are? Hello, Sudhanshu. Hello, you are? Shayani, come here. And you are? Kaustav. Can you please join Shayani over there? So, Sudhanshu, Shayani and Kaustav, right? Do you have that envelope with you? We're going to try a small experiment with three of you, okay? And you have been holding that the entire time, right? You have been keeping it safe. Okay. So inside this envelope, I have something that you guys might recognize. Yesterday, I handed out a few blank cards to random people and asked them to write something on it. It can be an object, place, emotion. How many of you have written on this card over here? Okay, so all of you are not here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So some of you have written, right? There are random words like Tony Stark. Okay. Angra. Alright. Anupriya. Who's Anupriya? Oh, she's not here? Okay. Then Wakand. Lot of Marvel fans here. Crush. And so on. Random words. Okay. So Sudhanshu, I want you to take one out. Doesn't matter anyone. Take one out. And go ahead, take one out. Doesn't matter anyone. Take one. And go ahead, take one out. Doesn't matter anyone. Take one. Perfect. So don't look at, just keep on holding it, okay? Sudhanshu, I'm going to try something with you. Hold the card like this over there. No one has seen it, right? I want you to just take a peek at what's written on it. Just take a peek so that no one sees it. You have got that in your mind? Keep that in your pocket. Now, that's something that the information is just inside your head, right? It's not anywhere else. It's in the card and it's inside your mind. I'm going to ask you a few questions and I'm going to try to read what you're thinking. Okay? Now, imagine if it's an object, imagine you're holding it. If it's a food item, imagine you're eating it. If it's an emotion, imagine you feeling it. Okay? And if it's a kind of a movie name, imagine you seeing that movie. Okay? Okay, just think about it. Think about the word. What that makes you feel. You just licked your lips. Which? It's a food item? Okay. Something that you recently had, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so it reminded you of that. Okay, I'm seeing bright colors. Either a pink or a yellow color, if I'm not wrong. Right? Okay. Imagine you having that food item. Okay. I'm going to write that name over here. You guys are going to see it, but don't shout the name, okay? No one will shout the name. Okay. Can you see? Okay, so this is the word, huh? This is the word, by the way. For the first time in the mic, what is the word that you're thinking?
Banana.
Okay, are you thinking of the same word? No, you think of something different? You can just wait here. I'm going to try something else with you in some time. In the meantime, I want you to do the same thing. Just visualize that object. Okay, if it's an object, visualize you holding that object. If it's a emotion, and so on. Just in your mind, just keep on imagining it. I'm getting a sense it's an object that you hold. Am I right? It's an. No. Take a look at the card. Take a look at the card. You have to take a look at the card. Okay. Great. Just keep it in your pocket. Now visualize it. It's an object that you can hold. You might or might not have that object with you right now. Okay, and it reminds you of something, a moment, somewhere back in time, if I'm not wrong. Right? Was it a gift from someone? You got it as a gift from someone, if I'm not wrong. Kind of. Okay, can you pass the mic to her? All right. Imagine. Think about an object. Me doing this, it reminds you of your object. Am I right? Okay. Watch. Okay. See this? Okay. For the first time. What is that you're thinking?
Watch.
Now, you can go back to your place. You can hand the mic to him, and you stay. I'm going to try something else with you. You can go back to your place. Thank you so much. A huge applause for her. Come closer. I'm going to try something different with you. Okay. So take a look at the card. Put it inside your pocket. You're going to do the same thing. Okay. Visualize it. Okay. Look at me. Can you visualize that thing?
Yeah.
Which clearly means it's an object.
Yeah.
It's something that you can hold. Can you draw that object?
Yeah.
You can draw, right? So we're going to try something different with you. In your mind, I want you to draw that, okay? Only when I ask you to do, okay? I'm going to draw the same thing over here. I'm going to try replicating the same thing that you're drawing in your mind, okay? Okay, watch. Don't start now, huh? Only when I say you start. Okay, I want you to start right now. I'm getting a sense you're drawing a circle. Am I right? In the mic, am I right? You're drawing a circle?
Yeah.
I'm getting a sense you're drawing another circle.
Yeah.
Right? A few dots. Right?
Yeah.
And I think I am getting a sense you're drawing two triangles right now.
Yeah.
Okay? Now look at me. A few lines. Okay, don't shout the name. You forgot to draw the nose. Just draw the nose quickly. Just like this. Okay, so I am done. For the first time, what did you draw?
Cat.
Thank you so much. Applause for him. You may go back to your place. Pass the mic to him. I have something special for you. I'm going to try something with you. Okay? A new page, fresh new page. Now, come here. Do you watch movies? A lot of movies? What kind of movies do you watch? Bollywood, Hollywood, Tollywood, Collywood? What kind of movies do you watch?
Mostly Bollywood.
Mostly Bollywood. Do you have any favorite actor as a favorite actor or actress? Anyone? Or someone whose movie you like to watch, you love watching? You have someone?
Yeah.
I want you to, in your mind, think about that actor, okay? Actor or actress. Just think about it. And I want you to visualize the last time you saw the movie of this actor. Okay? So you're thinking for which means that you saw that movie quite some time back. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So think about that actor, the last movie that he did. I'm getting a sense it's a male. Am I right? Male, not a female, not an actress. It's an actor. Okay, quite famous, quite popular, and he has done quite a number of movies and quite Getting a sense. And most of his movies are really good, like a kind of artistic feel to it, if I'm not wrong. Am I right? Okay. In your mind, keep on screaming out that name in your mind, okay? Keep on screaming out that name. And each time you scream, the voice becomes louder and louder and louder right over here, louder and louder and louder and louder. Don't let it out from your mouth. Just scream louder and louder and louder so that I can get a sense of it louder and louder and louder. Don't. I might be wrong. For the first time in the mic, I want you to shout the name of the actor that you're thinking of. Can you see this?
Amir Khan.
Thank you so much. A huge round of applause for him. You may go back to your place. Thank you. Thank you. That's how mind reading looks like. Mind reading. Okay, so so let's carry on with the speech. When I decided that when I thought that I'll start out doing this on stage, I'll perform on stage. I'll become a professional performer. I was working as a mechanical engineer in a company, so it was a well-paid job. And but when I decided that I'll quit this job and I'll take this as a professional career, take my passion as a professional career, I had people around me say that it is impossible. You can't survive only by performing magic on stage. Like, how long will you do that? Like, you won't be able to survive. You'll have to go to sleep hungry. Will you even feed yourself? And they advised me not to do it. But I then wondered, if this is impossible, how is David Copperfield doing it? David Copperfield, by the way, is one of the richest and the most influential magicians in the entire world. He has his own private island known as the Copperfield Bay. How is David Blaine doing it? David Blaine, my personal favorite, my inspiration. He is the one who popularized television street magic. So if it is impossible, how are they doing it? And if they are doing it, which clearly means it is possible, right? All you have to do is train your mind to see beyond the impossibility and start working in that direction. I'm not saying it's an easy task, but it is clearly possible. So I took the decision, took the step, and I started out as a professional performer. Right now, I'm traveling all across the country performing magic. And most important thing is, I am doing what I love doing the most. And also, I'm not going to sleep hungry. I'm also feeding myself. I'm surviving. Right? So now, all the things that you see a magician do on stage, all the things that you see me do on stage, see me perform on stage, they look impossible, right? As a matter of fact, they are impossible. How do you even get inside someone's head? It is impossible. But you see me do it. You see magicians do it. Which means somehow there is a way to do it. Right? Now, being in this profession, whose sole purpose is to create impossible feats on stage, I learned that if you cannot make the impossible possible, why not make it seem possible? There is a way to do things. If you have a problem, there is always a solution. All you have to do is train your mind, as I said, to see beyond the impossibility and start working in that direction. If you have a problem, there is always a solution. The impossible, the word itself says that I am possible. Now, I'm going to wrap this speech giving one last example. Have you ever seen an aeroplane fly in the air? Do you realize how much does an aeroplane weigh? It weighs tons and tons of weight. Now imagine tons and tons of weight flying in the air as if it's like nothing. It's somewhat close to impossible. But someone trained their mind to see beyond the impossibility and invented the aeroplane. And see how easier lives have become for all of us. There are numerous examples where people have achieved the impossible just by training their minds, just by working their brain. So all I have to say is work out your brain muscles and keep achieving the impossible, and one more important thing, never ever give up. Okay, so now that the speech is done, I'm going to show you one last illusion, a quick entertainment for you guys. Okay, for that, I have something for you guys. I'm sure most of you will like it because this involves bottles, drinks, and glasses. Okay, now if we could just clear this out. Perfect. This one also, and we'll cut this out all these things. Now let's begin. I like to call this a bar illusion. Do you know why? I'm sure you know why, because it involves bottles and drinks and all those things. Now, the idea of this illusion is to make the bottle and the glass switch places. But the catch is I cannot touch the bottle and the glass. That's why I have these two tubes over here. Alright? So now, let's begin. One tube goes over the glass and the other tube goes... Okay, I might have packed one extra bottle. That's fine. Let me tell you, if you are performing an illusion which involves breakable objects like bottle and a glass, it's always wiser to carry a few extra bottles in case one breaks. Okay, so let's begin. One tube goes over the glass and the other tube goes over the bottle, and just with a snap, they've changed places. This is where you applaud, guys. Thank you. No. This is the easy part. The difficult part is to make them go back. Just a snap and they go back. Now trust me, this illusion would look even more interesting if the members of the audience has consumed the contents of this bottle. Because trust me, if you're sober, you wouldn't believe that it's really easy for them to change places, but it's really difficult for them to go back. Now, tube number 1 goes over the bottle. Tube number 2. Okay, I think I must have packed one more extra bottle, that's fine. Tube number 2 goes over the glass, and the glass becomes a bottle and the bottle becomes a glass. Now, as I said, one tube over the bottle, another tube. Tell me one thing, is this really happening or am I drunk right now? Okay. Tube number 2 goes over the glass, and the glass becomes a bottle and the bottle becomes glass. Now some of you must be wondering, can I do this with only one tube? Okay, let me give it a try. It's still a challenge for me. Watch. The glass becomes a bottle, the bottle becomes a glass, and the glass becomes a bottle, and the bottle becomes a glass. But let me tell you a secret. I'll let you in on this one. In order to do this, you must be needing one extra bottle. It doesn't matter if you use one tube, two tube, one glass, two glass, one bottle, two bottle. The glass still becomes a bottle and the bottle still becomes a glass. And like I said, for this you must be needing one extra bottle. Now people at the back, you are thinking, right? He's cheating. He's using too many bottles. No, I'm not. I'm just an honest magician. Let me prove it to you. Keep an eye on this green, cute little piece of handkerchief. Okay? Now, trust me when I say, it's really easy for them to change places, but it's really difficult for them to go back. And like I said, in order to do this, you must be needing a few extra bottles. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I have a bottle and a glass, there is always a toast. A toast to a wonderful audience, a wonderful evening, and a wonderful show. Thank you so much, everyone.